a while ago on my channel, I uncovered a massive e-commerce scam. Not really a dropshipping scam, though kind of a dropshipping scam. It was a company called Established Titles. It's these guys right here that I got pulled up, where you could become a lord by buying a piece of paper. That was their big shtick. And we followed that story a little bit as it was very interesting. But to be honest, I kind of forgot about them until recently. I saw Scott Schaefer posted this video talking about what happened to them. So I want to see what research he uncovered. I got my coffee ready to go. And I want to say one thing before we actually watch that is that I looked them up on Google, and there are other similar scams running rampant now. So this one is called Scotland Titles. Literally the same thing. I actually wouldn't even be surprised to know that it's the same people. Though these people kind of went above and beyond, I guess, to make it look really nice. It's almost kind of cool in the way that they made it look. But it's still a scam. You know, you don't actually become a lord in Scotland by owning a foot of land, which is what they claim. But let's actually take a look at this and see how this scam has unfolded. Maybe we can learn a thing or two about getting out of trouble or staying out of trouble, right? Let's see.
So it's hard to believe it's been an entire year since the collapse of Established Titles. A year ago, you could not escape them on this platform. They were everywhere, and now they don't seem to exist anymore, at least not
Crazy.
on YouTube. So many people have been asking, is the company still in business? Scott, did they sue you for $1 billion? And do I still even think they're a scam? All of those questions and more will be answered in this video.
Whoa.
So back in 2022, Established Titles seemed like the largest sponsor on YouTube by far. It felt like every channel that had a pulse was sponsored by them, and you could not escape their ads on the platform no matter how hard you tried. The basic premise was that they would sell you a small 1 square foot plot of land in Scotland and give you a title that would officially make you a lord or lady, and that they were planting trees with every order as well. This was promoted like crazy across the YouTube platform last year, and unfortunately, with some basic research, it was discovered that their product was a scam. The titles they gave you were not official, the land they sold you was still owned by the company, and they weren't planting trees of their own, but simply donating an insignificant amount of money to a charity to do the work for them. My video covering this in November 2022 blew up and received 2.7 million views, and eventually led to almost all creators cutting ties with the company.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Is at the time it was a huge deal, and that's why I made a video about it too, because it was just crazy to see some of the biggest, even financial YouTubers on here just promoting this scam. It was pretty funny, especially as somebody that's so well immersed in the e-commerce space. It's really interesting.
Established Titles issued a statement trying to repair their image, while also alluding to my video being a witch hunt, and in my opinion also seemed to suggest I was being racist for pointing out the company was based in Hong Kong instead of Scotland. A few creators that were sponsored by the company made some propaganda response videos to try and claim that I had got everything wrong in my initial video, but looking over any of the comments on those videos, it's clear people weren't buying those Established Titles fluff pieces. I eventually made 2 follow-up videos where I went into more detail and showed that Established Titles was actually running deceptive ads on Facebook that were misleading people into believing the titles were legit when they clearly were not.
When you buy land in Scotland, you are legally referred to as a lord or a lady. So this, I bought a square foot of land where they're gonna plant.
These are classic Facebook ads right here. You know, they had great ads. They were really good, and I guess they still are, because it seems like they're actually still alive and still running, but I guess we'll see after this video. But these are really good ads that they ran.
So you are legally referred to as a lord land.
Like, look at that reaction.
Can you guess how I
laughing
became
like
a lord at just age 19?
No.
I would probably have to guess that you inherited the position because your father before you.
Actually, Established Titles sells a title that can
Such a
officially
good
make
ad.
you a lord or a lady. On top of this, since you're officially a lord or a lady, you have dedicated land in Scotland. You will literally get a certification that makes you a lord or a lady. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Within 24 hours of me releasing that footage, Established Titles removed those ads from Facebook, which clearly shows an attempt to cover up their deceptive advertising, despite them publicly saying they made it clear it was always a gag gift. Interestingly enough, creators like Paige Christie and FactFiend, who initially tried to defend the company, had no response to that damning evidence and just pretended like it never happened. Since that time, Established Titles has made a few attempts in 2023 to try and get creators to promote them again, but it seems that most creators either now realize it's a scam or simply don't want to be associated with this company now that its reputation has been gutted. Looking back on that video a year later, it's actually really hard for me to watch now, and it's not because I regret the video or feel I got anything wrong, it's just that I've grown so much as a creator since then, and the quality of that video just doesn't live up to what I think I make now. My green screening ability was terrible back then, and if you look closely, you can actually see that the hair on my head is actually transparent in that video because I wasn't able to properly key out the green screen. I honestly don't think the quality of that video deserved almost 3 million views, and I think the real reason it went viral is because established titles became the Icarus of YouTube and flew too close to the sun. They sponsored literally any channel they could contact, and many creators have spoken out talking about how they were offering to buy up every single ad spot they had for months in advance. This constant...
Yeah, that's actually a good lesson, I guess, that we can learn as e-commerce business owners, is how to scale something really quickly. These guys scaled something that was very controversial too fast. But obviously, if you have a great product that people are loving, this is how you scale it. You literally just buy up ad spots on famous creators, YouTube channels or TikToks or Instagrams. Influencer marketing is never going to go away. And they proved how well that works, especially considering that they were selling something that didn't really even have like recurring revenue tied into it, didn't really have like a high lifetime value per customer, right? Because who's going to buy like multiple of those? Probably nobody. So that's pretty interesting. I mean, if they would have done this for a brand that actually had more longevity, man, these guys are really good at marketing.
The attempt to smash YouTube viewers with never-ending ads for their scam led the audience to absolutely despise the company, which in my opinion is why the video breaking the whole thing down ended up going viral. After my video went viral, there were several people who would leave comments saying I was going to get sued for slander, and even a few massive creators made comments that seemed to imply they would like to see that happen.
I'm legitimately expecting that guy to get fucking sued for the stuff that he said in that video.
We can't say that he will be, because we can legally get dragged into that shit.
But I would be surprised if he's not, because...
Not running the ads because you don't want me to, which is unfortunate, because talk about a financial hit. Just before, you couldn't let it run until after Christmas. If my company were not a scam, and I was called a scam in a public forum like YouTube, and that video caused my business relationships to dissolve, I would pursue legal remedies. You know, I would sue him blind.
Despite the hopes and prayers
of
both...
That's a bit surprising that people would say that. I mean, that's just weird that creators would behave like that. I'm sure most people were just kind of moved on from the whole thing. They're like, yo, I'm not going to promote this anymore. That was a big mistake. Bye-bye. But to say that, like, you know, you would sue somebody for exposing a potential scam that you promoted, I mean, that sounds like not taking accountability for your actions, and it's kind of a whack, in my opinion. I think the best course of action would have just been to literally just move on, and I think that's what most people did.
And the Y files. As of making this video, I have not been sued by established titles or its parent company. Both those creators were sponsored by established titles, and it feels more like they were upset that the company got called out than actually doing the research to realize it was a scam. I never received any type of communication from the company telling me to take the video down, and I wasn't really worried of that happening, to be honest with you. I wasn't the first to call the company a scam. A creator with one video on his channel claimed they were a scam way back in 2020, and then after my video, several real lawyers like Legal Eagle and Rakita Law also publicly stated that established titles was a scam.
It seemed like everyone and their mother was advertising established titles this year. Is it a scam? Yes. Is it illegal? Maybe.
Established titles is a scam. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh
of course it was a scam. This is like saying, well, we'll cure abortion with a shot. What the fuck are you talking about? You goddamn idiots. All these fucking outrage feigning. Sorry, Flash. All these fucking outrage feigning figgots out there, they're all like, what? We didn't know. We didn't. They're paying you $20,000 a month to sell a $200 piece of paper, and you don't think it's a goddamn scam?
They must have been printing. I mean, imagine spending $20K for a $200 product that maybe it costs them like $15, $20 to make and ship. That's a huge margin. And they were probably making 2-3x that per channel. So that's why if they had 100 channels, you know, they were easily probably making over $1 million a month through that product. That's how ecom works, guys. I mean, business is a numbers game, but hopefully this shows you that it's not worth it to scale things up that are unsustainable. I mean, hold on, let me pause this. Sorry. And like I said, I am a little surprised at the creators that are, you know, claiming that they would even sue this guy for exposing the scam. But at the same time, it doesn't surprise me at all because that's just how people are sometimes. They're very defensive. Instead of taking accountability, they get defensive. And, you know, whatever, it is what it is.
At this point, it comes down to who you choose to believe. An actual practicing lawyer who knows what he can and can't say legally, or a guy who wears pink cat ear headphones in his videos. Legal Eagle's video now has nearly double the views my video does, and as I pointed out earlier, I wasn't the first to call out the company, so with my video not being the first, or the largest, and the info in it proven to be true, I'm not really sure why the Wifiles and FactFiend thought it was obvious I was going to get sued. Since the whole fallout last year, Established Titles has tried to make a small push in 2023 to get creators to promote them again, but it hasn't really worked out for them. The company is still in business, but it seems that their glory days are behind them, and the parent company of Established Titles, called Galton Voice, has also stopped heavily promoting their other company, Kamikoto Knives, on YouTube as well. I did a video covering those knives, and despite being presented as a top-tier Japanese brand, they were actually a Chinese-made product created with some of the lowest grade steel you can legally use to make knives. With all of that coming out and being associated with Established Titles, it seems people have turned their back on that product as well. If you go to the parent company's website, you won't find any trace of Established Titles or Kamikoto Knives, and instead they list several different companies near the bottom of their website. It seems they're trying to move into more legitimate products, as those companies listed sell actual physical items instead of scammy pieces of paper that grant fake titles. I can't comment on the quality of any of the items those companies sell, but I'm happy at least that the Established Titles scam doesn't seem to be a main selling point of their company in 2023.
Wow.
Following the Established Titles fallout, I was able to talk to a lot of larger creators about the situation, and there were some interesting takes. One creator much larger than me talked in DMs about how he didn't really think it was a scam, and was just happy my video didn't cause another adpocalypse. I'm not going to reveal who that creator was, but I wanted to touch on what he said. I don't agree that my video would have ever caused an adpocalypse on YouTube. It was every creator's choice on which sponsor to take, and with so many creators deciding...
That's so weird. I think, honestly, the reason people would say this is because they just can't believe that they promoted a scam, right? But how would this cause more outrage, for example, than all the NFT scams and crypto scams that happened in 2021? Like, why would that not cause an adpocalypse, but this would? It's because more people promoted this thinking it was an innocent little gag gift, but in reality it wasn't, and they just can't come to terms with that. Really interesting. This is like a whole, behavioral psychology investigation here on the creator economy. It's super interesting. And it's funny, it's cool that it's related to ecom. That's why I can kind of branch out into this sort of content. This is really weird.
Deciding to work with such a scammy company, it was only a matter of time until someone made a video that went viral exposing the company. Nearly half a year later, some ordinary gamers made a great video pointing out how sketchy the company Temu is, which was being heavily promoted across the platform.
Oh, I really want to do a video on this as well very soon, so expect some more reaction videos like this on all these ecom related things, so you can hear my take on all of it.
And it seems like most creators have taken notice and stopped promoting that sketchy company as well.
Anyway, where did you get all this stuff? Wait, is this today's sponsor?
Bingo! Temu is a global e-commerce marketplace that sells a huge variety of products
you guys
at
know
affordable
about
prices.
Huh, nice job on the copy.
Let me rephrase that. Most of the smarter YouTube channels have started to realize they need to put more effort into researching the companies they promote to their audience instead of just taking the ad for whatever company offers the biggest bag. The creator who DM'd me earlier, I highly doubt decided to chew out Muda for making an anti-Temu video, and it seems a lot of the hate towards my video was all about the loss in revenue many of these creators received once established titles decided to stop sponsoring videos on the platform. Unfortunately, as you can see with Temu now being a major player on YouTube, there will always be some shady new product for YouTubers to promote. As long as YouTube exists, I don't think the shady products will ever stop being promoted, but it's important to call out scammy companies to try and keep YouTube platform as free of them as possible. Finally, I want to say that most creators ended up dropping established titles because of the backlash from their own fans. What I really like about the YouTube platform is how powerful a voice the individual has. With traditional media, they don't seem to care or listen to at all to what normal people want, as you can see with the long string of box office bombs, but on YouTube, that's different. Most creators do listen to their audience, and if it's clear their audience doesn't want them promoting a sketchy company, most of them will end up listening to their audience. To me, that's what makes the YouTube platform a great platform. It's not just about the creators, but the viewers at home play a vital role in making this platform work the way it does. I appreciate you all taking the time to watch all my videos this past year, and I hope I can provide many more entertaining and helpful videos in the future as well.
I like these kinds of videos. I definitely want to start doing more of these sort of more broad videos on business related things, because I find it really interesting, especially when it comes to the creator stuff. Some of these things are so funny and ironic and goofy and entertaining, but also educational in a lot of ways. So I'm going to link the video, Scott Schaefer's video will be in the description, so you can watch it on your own if you want. But as you saw, yeah, there's already other scams of this kind that are done even better, I would say, than the original established title scam. So, whatever you want to consider this, whether these guys are geniuses, evil geniuses or not, I don't think it's necessarily the most evil thing in the world by any means. I mean, like, if you buy something like this, I definitely think you have to take some sort of accountability for yourself and for your own buying decisions. But it's definitely not something that I would ever consider making a business around or promoting. And I definitely don't think you guys should do it either. But you can take the framework of growth that they used to potentially grow your business. Yeah, I mean, that's about it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.